Welcome to the Conscious Radio Network. Become enlightened, have fun, and tell all your friends and family to share with everyone they know. You can watch us on YouTube and Rumble while following us on Facebook, or find us on X, Instagram, and TikTok. Our podcast can be found on Libsyn, iHeart, Spotify, Apple Podcast, and more. Most of all, remember to go to our official website at consciousradionetwork.com for past episodes, future shows, and scheduling. We also want to welcome our international audience. Don't stop now. Enjoy the community. Subscribe or follow today.
This is the Conscious Radio Network.
Boom, boom, boom. Hello and welcome, everybody, wherever you might be on the spaceship we call Earth. This is Conscious Radio Networks, the podcasts, or the Seance podcast. Backwards. If it's your first time tuning in, be sure to subscribe, like, share, comment, and also don't forget to follow us wherever you listen to your podcasts. Our guest today, a returning guest. I think this is 3, isn't it? This is 3.
Yes, it is.
Yes,
yeah,
it's 3.
Yeah.
Our guest today is Reverend Dr. Judy Weaver, an internationally respected spiritual channel medium and doctor of metaphysics and healing, with a rich background in spirituality, healing, and shamanic practices since the early 90s. She's the founder of Heart for Souls Incorporated, a nonprofit dedicated to spiritual growth and healing. Judy channels wisdom and healing energies from divine sources, offering powerful guidance for those navigating life's transitions. Let's welcome back to the show, Reverend Dr. Judy Weaver. Welcome back.
Thank you so much. I love the size of the audience that we have
Right?
here. How fabulous is that?
Yeah, definitely. Oh, man. Yeah, and it's just growing every week. We get more people every week kind of chiming in going,
I love it.
Yeah. It's, and before we talking before we get on here, it was like, you know, we're going on the 4th year. So we're keeping things consistent, and now also listening and hearing the stuff that you've been working on. You've been working on a lot of cool journeys and retreats for everybody. Just coming back from Peru. Yes. And getting ready to do something at Mount Shasta. And by the time this broadcast, it'll be too late. But we've got a lot. We'll get into that before we close the show. All the upcoming awesome stuff you're putting together for everybody. So for those who haven't seen your past broadcasts on this show, let's give a really quick summary of the work. For those who are wondering, what is a spiritual trance channel medium?
Okay, well, again, there's a whole lot of stuff that comes in that package. Nobody says, I'm going to grow up and be a trance channel medium. I can assure you. It isn't your desire as a young girl. However, as you continue to grow and evolve along the way, you just have an incredible sensitivity, and everything continues to awaken that desire and that key to inspire and open and awaken. And I think that that's the key of what I do. I've got all kinds of training, and I continue to go to school because it's all about me, for me, to be able to have more information that I can have available for everybody that I'm working with. And it's about just having a great big toolbox. And so I do shamanic practices. I do crystallite healing. I do all kinds of healing modalities. I've probably been trained in, I was going to say 40 different modalities. But the reason why I go to school is to figure out why I do what I do.
Yeah.
Spirit always tells me what I'm doing. But school and other education helps me to understand why I'm doing what I do and how to be able to hone in on it a little bit more clearly and to do it as I desire to, not just intermittently. And so that's what's really important. There's nothing wrong with being a naturalist and to have those skills and capabilities that you're receiving from spirit, but you should be out there seeking additional guidance from trained instructors so that you can really embrace all that you have access to. As for the trance channeling, that was not something, I mean, I knew about it, and I'd been, running my church for many, many years. I actually ran 2 different churches. And, but I had gone to Brazil, and because Spirit called me to Brazil, lands will call you. And when the lands call you and you go and you connect, physical, spiritual, emotional changes happen within your body. And so when I had gone to Brazil, I had spent time there, and it was at Easter time, so it was a very strong energetic time. I don't care what religion you are. Easter time is always super, super powerful energy to work with. Yeah. And while I was there, I had these crystals be inserted into the palms of my hand and tubing go through me, and very clearly heard, I've had to insert you with this new crystal hardware so your physical body can handle the healing energy. Not now, in 6 months. 6 months later, I was running the Talking Stick Circle in Casadega, Florida, a small spiritualist community. And I went to go ahead and do my, I would always go ahead and get my prayer ready so I would know what I was doing and I would sound like I was a somebody something. I wasn't just showing up. And it was so funny. I go there and I'm going to go ahead and, read my prayer because I really would write things. And I couldn't read it because I couldn't read English. And so the trance work just came in. I have a guide. His name is Chief White Eagle, which many people have that guide. That was another shocking thing that I shared my guide with all these other people. But yeah, and so the trance came in, and so then it was about me really being open to and allowing for. And I was really working with the angels and God Source and Mother Mary and a lot of different masters. But then I went out to Mount Shasta in 2017. And after I went out to Mount Shasta, I had a huge transition there. And I met an elder Lemurian. His name is Jamar, and he changed out all the chakra crystals in me in the city of Telos. Yep, that exists too. We do not know what we do not know until we know it. And then we can't unknow it.
Yeah.
So anyway, then the trancing just really changed because I don't have a limit to who I'm working with. And my trancing changed again this last year because I went back to Mount Shasta in October, and now I primarily keep my eyes open. So that was another upgrade. You're constantly going through these upgrades and these changes and adjustments as long as you're willing to, I think is the key behind all of that. Yeah, you're open to and you're willing to.
Huh.
Is that quick enough, fast enough, or broad enough, all of that stuff in there?
Yeah. I'm intrigued with the Mount Shasta thing. And before we started recording, I'm like, I think I want to go.
I would love for
I just don't think I want to go. I know I want to go because it's been calling. Shasta has been calling my name every time the name comes up.
You feel
Shasta,
it.
Shasta.
You feel it.
It's like something is like starts to vibrate.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's what I'm talking about. The lands will actually call you. And it's because you have visited there before. Maybe you left something there in a past life. There's something that's vibrationally waiting for you to connect with, to attune with, to align with, to open yourself to that next level of. And that's why I started the spiritual journeys and the travels, because so many people we're feeling the same calling as I am, obviously, and we go to these energy places. I mean, I go to Peru. I just got back from Peru. That was one of the things we were talking about. Never in my wildest dreams did I think I was ever going to go to Peru, but all of a sudden, back in, I think it was like 2018 or 19, somebody mentioned it, and it was like, oh, I have to go. And then once I went, it was like, oh no, I have to bring people. And so this was actually, I've done 6 trips now. Wow. Where I brought people, and I brought 20 people this last time. I did 2 one-week journeys, and we, stayed all around the Sacred Valley. And of course, we had to go up to Machu Picchu. Only this time we actually went over, we did a very long van ride across the country and was able to really see so much of Peru. And we went to Lake Titicaca, and we also went to the Gate of the Gods.
Nice.
And now it's so funny because the Gate of the Gods is known as Serpent's Gate. And what is the year that we are now in? The year of the serpent. And when was I there? Of course, for the full moon lunar eclipse.
Wow.
It's like, I couldn't have planned this. I can assure you I'm not that coordinated with all of these dates.
Yeah.
But it's like the divine, the energies of all has aligned this specifically for me to be in this timeline. I even brought in the beginning of the year on top of the Hopi Reservation. And then I was in Sedona for the channel panel that was going on there the beginning of January. Huge, profound shifts and changes, because this is what we've entered into, and this is what everybody's in the midst of experiencing. But it's about you learning how to, and to be able to work with your guides and angels to support you. You don't have to be doing it all by yourself. You don't have to get run over by the bulldozer. You can allow yourself to step up on that surfboard and really ride the waves and the energies and the sensations right now. It's profound. It's never been what it is right now. And it probably will never be again, because we're in this massive shifting and awakening time. So it's so important for everybody to, first of all, recognize you're not going crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
And yeah, people, they don't understand what they're seeing and feeling and sensing and experiencing is so different from what they were just a couple years ago. But it's about recognizing that the change is happening, and then to come into a different level of openness and awareness, and pay attention to the details as to what you're experiencing, so you can learn through those experiences of how to enhance it, embrace it, and utilize it for your best interest.
Yeah. Yeah. For those people out there, for our listeners, our audience that are they want to connect because they feel it. They feel that there's a calling out there for them. What are some good daily techniques that can help hone them into that connection and getting more involved into this work, into this?
I think the first thing,
magic.
you have to begin to learn to trust yourself. That's the key. Number one, you've got to. Because yes, you are experiencing. Yes, you are feeling. Yes, you are sensing. And the thing that's so magnificent is if you're a knower, you don't know you're a knower. Because you think everybody else knows that.
Yeah.
And so it's about taking a little bit of time to investigate different types of sensitivities. And when we're talking about seeing, sometimes you see it with your physical eyes, but oftentimes you're seeing the images in your mind, or you're feeling it. And that feeling is creating that image and that sensation. So when you're getting these impressions, learn to trust them. No one else is going to be able to see and sense and feel and have the same experience and or the imagination that you do. People get all crazy that this is my imagination. It is your imagination. Play in that space. Mm-hmm. But the key is you've got to spend time with it as well. So when you're getting these messages, if you're finding white feathers all over the place, what are they? Who's reaching out to you? If you're being visited by animals, what is that animal trying to give you as a message? Yeah. If you're constantly hearing a particular song or seeing number patterns, what are you thinking about when that comes on, when you have that experience? It's just allowing yourself to have a greater awareness of your environment and what you are interacting with and what is interacting with you. Same as what I mentioned before this podcast started. My door keeps opening and closing, and I keep hearing it, and it's still doing it. it's like, now mind you, the air conditioning isn't even on. It's a really nice day, and all the doors and windows are closed to the house, but the door is just doing its own little decisive thing of just kind of opening and closing and saying, hey, I'm here too. Now, most people wouldn't recognize that, but I do, because I knew it started right before we got ready to do the show. And, all the angels and guides are excited to be here, and they want to be able to share as well.
Mm-hmm. And that's what makes this episode especially awesome, is that you are going to channel for us.
Absolutely.
In just a moment. And for the fact that happening, it also, of what's happening in the background there where you're at, is they want to be involved too. They have just said, we are ready. We are ready.
Hello, can I
come in? And I tell you, that painting behind you, that picture, that is an incredible image.
Isn't it fabulous?
Yes.
It really is. It's actually a tapestry, but when I saw it, it is everything. It is everything for me, because it's got the water, it's got all of the different animals, it's got the butterflies and the hummingbirds, and it's got, tree of life, and just the flow of all the galactic energies, and just that life breath of love that is a part of all that we are. Yeah. And really recognizing that we really are a part of all of that love and that light. Mm-hmm. And you're unlimited in your capacity and your capability as to what you truly can do and become. But it's up to you to desire it and to inspire it to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's prepare for a channel session. And how would you like to guide us into this in preparation, and what for our listeners and viewers to expect, for those who have seen this for the first time?
So my trance channeling changed, like I said, in last year, where I pretty much can keep my eyes open. I will just quickly move into that place, and then I have a gatekeeper. I think everybody has a gatekeeper. And they just kind of go ahead and they will introduce the different changes of the energies. I will go ahead and plan on bringing in a couple of different angels, because it's always good for you to be able to hear from them. And and you can feel them. And so I really want you to allow yourself to be in that space of just an openness to be part of the experience. You may feel energies, you may get sensations, you may get visions. Allow yourself to just be in that space of non-judgment and receptivity, because they're always working alongside of you as well. And the ones who come in are generally, of the archangels, so that everybody has that connection, so that they can have that experience of it. And once you have an experience, you can't unknow it, because you've had that experience with it. So, all right, I'm just going to go ahead and drop in, and we'll just go from there. So here we go. Oh, but it's so funny because Jamar wants to come in first thing, So I'm going to let him. So here we go. Jamar here. You feel this energy, do you not, Mr. Meckles? Yes, yes, yes. You have a great calling for the Lemurian population. You have a connection within your ancestry and within your DNA, and this is why it is calling you. But for those of you who may not be familiar with the Lemurians, such as most of you know about the Atlantean population. Well, this is just another population of beings. Myself, I am an elder Lemurian who is over 25,000 years old. And yes, that is correct, 25,000 years old. And my journey has been long, but it has been of a great resilience, as I choose to share the wisdom and the knowledge of the ancient ones with many, to be able to support the changes that you are going through in your lifetimes as well. as you are continually evolving and growing. But it is essential for each of you to be able to embrace and to work within these energetic shifts, these layers of consciousness, as you are moving into higher realms and dimensions for your life expansionness. Now, for me, I work within the sixth to the ninth dimension, and therefore we have the opportunity to be able to be complete light beings. That is that energetic space and realm of. This is something that you too can have access to as you desire and to move into the meditative practices where you allow your consciousness to move out of the physical body and into the ethers and the higher realms of awareness, so that you are receiving and that you are gifting the lessons that you have learned in your life as well. Now, we do have an array of different beings who want to come in and to speak to you, but of course I wanted to come in first, young man, and I look forward to seeing you this summer here in Mount Shasta. Many blessings, dear one, many blessings to thee. I have Archangel Gabriel coming in next. Archangel Gabriel here. Good day to each of you. Now, I am an archangel, and I am often associated with that of communication, of being a part of and working alongside a greater understanding. And is that not apropos at this time where you find yourselves in your lives, going through great shifts and changes and needing to have a clearer understanding and or interpretation of what you are experiencing, what you are sensing, what you are feeling, and how to be able to utilize these changing energies within your mind, body, spirit, and soul. I specifically stated it in that capacity because you have multiple bodies that you are working within while you are housed within this physical existence. You are a culmination of creative energies. You are working with and you have access to this lifetime of all kinds of experiences and emotions that you have participated with. But you also have the capacity and the capability to explore deeper and an expansiveness beyond self, so that you can recognize so much more and utilize that energy to enhance thyself as well. Now, as a human being, you recognize that you have a limited capacity within how you see things. This is a good example for me to share with you. There is a light spectrum that your physical eyes have the capacity to be able to see and to interpret as based on whatever your experiences are, so that you can recognize and understand what that is. It does not mean that the light spectrum ends at what you can visually see. It is just beyond your capacity to see. And this is what is so important for each of you to recognize, that with these massive energetic changes that are taking place, these solar flares, they are specifically coded with a light energy frequency that is utilizing the transportive capacity of the flare in order to move it down into and through the atmosphere of the earth so that it has the availability to be able to work within your physical bodies and to support you as you are moving into a higher frequency of understanding. Now, as you continue to evolve into this higher frequency, you cannot bring with you the densities of all of the traumatic incidences in your life. You have to release the baggage, I'm going to put it in that capacity, that is no longer serving you. You have learned the lessons, so keep the wisdom. Let go of the emotional trauma and the energies of densities that are holding you back, and allow yourself to move forward with just that light energy of truth and of strength and of wisdom within you as it is carrying you forth into a greater aspect of self. As you continue to grow and to evolve, your frequency is moving to a higher, elevated level, whereby as you emit, you so attract, which is the most beautiful aspect of all, because as you are evolving, you are attracting much more brilliance of love and light into your life on a regular basis. And that it can be achieved so easily as long as you allow yourself permission to recognize that you are worthy of, that you are deserving of, and that you, my beautiful, precious child, are a beautiful and precious child. There is no judgment and criticism. All that has transpired in your life has brought you to this exact moment in time of brilliance for you to truly see and to celebrate the whole of the soul of thee. This is you truly moving into the most magnificent being that you truly can be. Open your heart and gift yourself with that moment of love so that you truly can become what we see when we look upon thee. Many blessings, my dear precious, precious ones. Many blessings to thee. I have Archangel Raphael coming in, so one moment, please. Archangel Raphael here. Good day, precious ones. Good day. You may speak to me. It is okay. I am known as an archangel who primarily works with healing. Now, that is not my only job, and that is not, it's not that every single angel is limited by what they have access to. However, that is something that is my heart's greatest joy and delight, is to support each of you as you desire to. As you desire to heal and to grow, to assist yourself and to be of service to others as well. It is about you recognizing the complexity of humanity, of the joys and the frustrations, of all of the emotions that you are embarking upon, but all for you to truly evolve into a greater resonance of self. I think that is the most important for each of you to recognize. As you choose to support thyself, oftentimes you are told you are being selfish. And let me clarify. You are choosing to care for self so that a better self can be there to serve everyone else around you. By you just being in that space of joy and happiness and of satisfaction and of excitement, then that healing vibration is naturally emitted from you and serving everyone around you, whether it's intentionalized or not. That is the blessed gift of you and the love from you as part of being a whole human resonance of life. Within each of your hearts, you talk about the God seed, the seed of life, the consciousness. You are all part of that whole consciousness and love of light. You have access to that wisdom, and you can share the beautiful wisdom within you to that greater resonance as well. You are that heartbeat of love. Stand in that space and allow yourselves to truly receive that blessedness. I also want to remind you, there is not one cell in your body that is older than 7 years. You could choose to heal whatever you so desire based on your thoughts, your intentions, and your emotions that you are targeting towards. Let yourself know that you are the blessed light and that pure heart, and let yourself receive the miracle of healing each and every day that you, my precious child, are so deserving of. Many blessings, my dear precious ones. Many blessings to thee.
Blessing.
I have Archangel Michael who will be really quick and then we'll finish it up, okay?
All right.
Archangel Michael here. Ah, yes. Most will recognize this energy as I work alongside, as a protector, as a guardian. You may call upon me if you are seeking clarity and a greater understanding of what is truth. I wield the sword of truth for you to have access to, for you to embrace and to understand what you are facing within this day and every day. I wield a shield as well. I am a protector and a guardian. If you need strength, if you need courage, call upon me and I will happily oblige. I will hold you through. I will support you as you so are desiring for that health and wealth and best of you. But call upon me, child. We have to come when we are called upon. Ask. You are not overwhelming us. We grow within the opportunities to be with each of you too. Many blessings, precious ones. Many blessings to you.
Blessings.
So I'm going to bring myself back. There we go.
Yeah.
All tingly.
Right? Yeah, coming back can be kind of, I wouldn't say painful, but there's a couple types of meditations I've been in, and I went way up there. I mean, way up and out and over and around, and coming back, it's like, whoa, hold on. It's like you're sitting down and you're still, yeah, it's like,
yeah,
whoa.
down, feet, arms, hands, eyes, all of that, it's a difference. So what I do just for your audience to know, I feel like what I do is I step aside. So I just kind of step aside and I allow them to come in, to use my body, to use my voice. And they can, move my arms. They do not stand well because angels really don't. And so if I'm trance channeling while I'm standing, I will generally hold on to a chair. Or I will sit because it's just easier for me because they don't need they're light energies. So they don't need legs and they don't manage that well. Sometimes depending on who I'm trancing, they may have to remind them to allow me to breathe. Because if I'm doing galactic different energies and they don't utilize air because it's just a different, they're created of a different energetic resonance, then sometimes my gatekeeper will remind me, you need to breathe now. So it's kind of interesting, but it's taken me, and I started trance channeling back in 2013, so I've been doing it for a very long time. And it is an evolutionary process. I want to say that as well. At first, I would be shaking and I would have headaches and you could get pressure. And so it's about really continuing to maintain your body. And one of the things that is essential for me personally is I'll do an hour and a half to 2 hours of meditation every single day. 4:00 in the morning, I'm meditating. Wow. So that is my time, because if you don't do that body self-care, then I think that it jeopardizes your ability to stay in that same vibration and to be able to do it as cleanly and safely as you need to.
Yeah. We gotta keep remembering that we're still in body and we need this body to stay healthy, so we keep continuing to do the work. So
we can live to be 25,000 years old, right? Why not?
Yeah.
I know I'm going to be 120 though. I know that. They've always told me I was going to be 120. So I know I'm going to be 120, and I'm not going to be some shriveled up thing that isn't doing well. I'm going to be vibrant. I'm going to have my faculties about me, and I'm going to be making it happen.
Right? Yeah. When you were in, so when you were channeling, I was asked by Spirit to ask you a question on the behalf of our listeners or our general audience, because I think we might have questions, but some people are going to be afraid to ask this question, so I'm going to ask it. With all the archangels out there, they're divine beings, why would they go out of their way? They have this other world out there that they could be doing other things, many other things, but why do they choose to come and help humanity?
That's their job. Archangels, that's the reason, that's the whole precipice of who and what they are, is to be there as a support for humanity. For the support of your soul's growth and evolution in whatever process that is. So that's why it's not limited to just the physicality. Once your soul passes and you're still in that other space of whatever and growth, they're with you there as well. So it's all their whole mission and existence is about supporting soul life and that resonance of love energy.
And helping boost the collective of humanity.
Absolutely.
Because if you have to start one at a time. You got to start individually and in order to bring that vibration of the collective up.
Absolutely, 100%. Yeah.
Wow. Yep. So before we wrap up the show, how can people find you? Where they can find you? What they can expect when they go to your website?
Okay. All right. So my website is judyweaver.com, and that's Judi, weaver.com, or Heart for Souls. And what I offer is I offer individual services where then I will go ahead and do messages. I do healing work. I do a lot of shamanic work. I do a lot of mentorship. I also go to a number of different festivals and fairs, and I host workshops, and I do events. I do events all over the world is what I actually do. And so I love doing the different trips, because when I'm doing the different trips, I'm taking people to these powerful energetic sites for them to be able to connect with and to be able to upgrade into. But that's the same as when I'm working with, I will do like 3 day mini, well, they're just kind of evolutionary workshops with individuals. I take them on for a 3 day period of time, wherever you are, to grow you. And then I'll go into like a 12-week program follow up as well. But these are for people who, when you're really ready to engage, you want to learn, you want to become, you're really ready, you're tired of beating your head against the wall and figuring out the same old patterns over and over again. Let's figure out why, and let's go ahead and move you through. And so, yeah, I'm also going to be doing a Mediterranean cruise, which is going to be in March of 2026, which is going to be a 10-day out of Greece. And I'm so excited. It's Mystery School on the Sea. I'll be going to Glastonbury, England in August of 2026, Thailand in 2027. The rest of this year, I will be in Lilydale, New York, which is another small spiritualist community. And I will be there August 15th through the 17th doing different workshops. I'm excited about that. And October 11th, I've got a wonderful angelic conference that I'll be doing virtually. I also host a lot of classes online and a lot of Zoom gatherings. I've written a couple of different books, Guided by Your Light and Truth Beyond. But I keep all of this stuff on my website, so you can go ahead and just, add yourself to my newsletter. I do not send out a lot of them, maybe 1 or 2 a month. That's enough. And so it will keep you informed of when I'm in your area. But I absolutely do love to travel. And I like to take people with me along the way. And I love to help light workers and individuals tap into who and what they really are, really allow you to grow into the whole soul that you are destined to, with grace and ease.
Yeah, yeah, and I can truly vouch for our audience that if you have not experienced working with Judy in person, I have on several occasions, on the Spirit Fest shows in the past, on here, but seeing her out there in public and doing some private sessions and stuff like that is awesome. It is awesome.
You feel it.
Yeah.
Everybody
yes,
feels it. They're walking by and they stop in their tracks and they're like, what is that? Who is that? And that's for the people who really are awake. But other ones, they're not going to notice it because it's not meant for their vibration. If you recognize this, if you feel this, your guides are calling you to reach out to me. Please do. I'd love to talk to you.
Yeah. Yeah. And those, for our audience, to keep your eyes out on Conscious Radio Network's social media, because we might be posting some of your retreats that will be coming up post this show. So yeah, stay tuned and sign up, man. If you want to go to Shasta next year, if you want to go to the Mediterranean cruise.
I'll be going back to Peru in 2027, but I expect to coordinate a trip to Sedona and to the Hopi Reservation. Wow. I've done my fact finding, so I'm not sure exactly when that's going to fit in, probably in 26 as well. But I just have to manage the calendar.
Yeah. What can people expect for the Shasta trips? What's the itinerary normally look like?
Okay, so what we're doing is everybody's going to be flying in. I've got a private chef. I've got an incredible retreat center, a complete unobstructed view of Mount Shasta. I'm so excited about that. We also will be going into the different caves, so we'll have an opportunity to do that. We're going to go to Lake Shastina. We're going to be holding ceremonies. I'm working with a local shaman there as well, who also is a wilderness guide. And so we're going to do a despacho ceremony, and we're going to bury the despacho on top of the mountain.
Wow.
We are going to be, I know, we're going to be doing all kinds of stargazing. So, and Jamar is so excited about what's going to be there with that. We will be going to, we'll be spending time, obviously, on the mountain, holding ceremonies as well. We'll be doing a sunset ceremony there. We'll be going to the headwaters of the Sacramento to be able to, do blessings upon entry. We will be going to Castle Craigs. We'll be going to Castle Lake, Heart Lake, doing walks. We'll be going to Fairy Falls. So really allowing yourself to embrace the elementals, because that's a key thing out there. The energies and the vortex energies are so profound, but it really is supporting all of the different elemental energies. And so it's about helping you to be able to connect with them, so that then you can understand and embrace different aspects of yourself. Once you have an introduction, once you have a connection, you can follow that connection anytime you so desire. So it's about making that connection so that you can recognize it and you can allow yourself to continue to grow and evolve within it.
Wow.
I know, it's going to be fabulous.
I'm already stirred up. I'm ready. I'm ready.
You're tingling, you're buzzing, you know
Yes.
you're supposed to go. I'm
Yes.
excited. Yeah.
Yes. And this is actually going to broadcast on the last day of the event. Which
Well,
is
it's
interesting.
actually on the 16th. So I
Yeah.
think that is the start of the second week. So It is the start of the second week. So if you're seeing the broadcast live, send us energy. We are
Yeah. Yeah. And we might
follow us in your dream time. Astral travel with us. Come on, join us. We love
and
to
if you
have
haven't seen him yet, so I'm going to be playing. I'm going to, at this point, like right now, I'm going to be like, it's like the time traveler. We are in the future right now. We are in the future during the retreat. And if you haven't seen them yet, look for the live posts and the live streams of what we've done thus far on Shasta.
Absolutely. Yeah. And let me tell you, Peru was incredible, the energies that happened.
Yeah.
I mean, we ended up seeing 3 times Andean ibis. No one sees the Andean ibis. We didn't just see the Andean ibis. We found the nests with the babies and received feathers from the different shaman. When I tell you profound, I'm trance channeling in front of the Gate of the Gods, and it's roaring as it's coming out. And these Andean ibis are swooping down and screaming through the process, because it was opening. I felt the lightning going out my body, down into the ground and up into the guests as part of their activation. You don't travel with me without activating and growing. That's what happens.
Wow.
Buckle up!
Heck yeah.
Like, here we go.
Heck yeah. Oh, man. All right. I'm ready. Cool. Sweet. All right. Well, Doctor.
I know. We're both now doctors. It's exciting. We worked hard for our education.
Yes, we did.
And
yes, we did.
Congratulations.
Yep. And I think we met as shortly after I got my doctorate in metaphysics.
Yep.
Yeah, back in 2013, 2014.
Yeah.
So,
and that's a big commitment of time and money.
Yeah.
And it's because it's a desire within you too.
Mm-hmm.
And you're worth it. So let yourself do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely. Namaste, my friend. Thank you so much. Yeah. Cool.
Until the next time. The next time.
Yeah. Definitely. But yeah, stay on for a moment afterwards, and we'll get some information on the trip. Okay. So cool. Thank you, everybody, for watching Conscious Radio Network's The Seance Podcast. We will see you next time.